Sometimes film gets a little too predictable. We know exactly what we're getting when it comes to Hollywood blockbusters and their army of A-listers ready to save the day, offering up 2 solid hours of heroic feats and death-defying stunts. Doesn't it ever make you wonder what would happen if they didn't make it? Cue a bunch of films that deviate from the norm and throw caution to the wind, killing off their moneymakers and crowd pleasers before we're even an hour into the good stuff, celebrating directors that shoot their marketing departments in the foot and subvert our expectations. Here are some of the most shocking films that bin their protagonist off before the halfway mark. There will be some spoilers about people that die in films if you didn't already gather. With that in mind, I'm Ash from What Culture, and these are 8 films that killed the main character early. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to stay notified. Ding, ding, done. 8. Psycho. Hitchcock prided himself on breaking convention. From showing flushing toilets on screen for the first time, oh, the humanity, to killing off his protagonist only 47 minutes into the movie, both of which featured in his seminal work Psycho. Janet Leigh was the recipient of such a prestigious death, stabbed repeatedly in the infamous shower scene in one of the film's shock horror twists. Just let the woman wash, for Christ's sake. Instantly transforming his film from a runaway movie into a murder mystery, all it took was a bucket full of chocolate sauce as blood and a black and white filter to change the course of film history forever. Now I'm just hoping the same stands for my movie. Brace yourself. Sigh chocolate. Okay, it was worth a try though, really, wasn't it? 7. Alien. Looking back now, it seems illogical to have this movie on the list at all. A household name and certified badass of the Hollywood world, Sigourney Weaver is obviously the lead of this movie, right? And she doesn't die. What on earth are you talking about, you idiot? Well, dear audience, it wasn't until after Alien that her brand was established, leaving John Hurt and Tom Skerritt as the driving force in a film about an alien intruder on a routine spaceflight. Killing these guys off early was a complete surprise at the time, and one that cemented Weaver's place as a rising star in the industry upon release in 1979. 6. Scream. Scream really knew what they were doing with this one, with their film regaling the tale of a murderer hell-bent on killing teenagers in middle-class suburbia. Despite being featured on the film's poster, Drew Barrymore was actually the first victim of Ghostface, dying 15 minutes into the film and setting the ridiculous tone for Wes Craven's teen slasher movie. Discovered hanging from a tree as a result of getting the killer's horror film questions wrong, Barrymore at least serves as a prime example of why you should remain on top of your trivia. Go watch some more lists, guys, your life depends on it. And maybe my paycheck. 5. The Place Beyond the Pines. Ryan Gosling's speedy rise to fame marked him as the perfect candidate for drawing audiences into cinemas in 2013, which is what heist gone wrong movie The Place Beyond the Pines gambled on. It does seem a little cruel that they then unceremoniously killed him off well early into the film then. Shot by a police officer after an intense chase scene, Gosling's bank-robbing stunt driver seems to take on even more humanity by dying at the hands of his actions, rather than taking on the Hollywood immortality that seems to be bestowed on so many action characters. Pretentious musing aside, it probably left the film a bit worse off, but his face drew people in, and it was nothing if not surprise, it would seem. 3. Godzilla 2014. Utilised heavily in the marketing campaigns and fresh off his internationally acclaimed role in Breaking Bad, Bryan Cranston is the last person you'd expect to die in the 2014 Godzilla reboot. But that's exactly what happens. And interestingly, in a case where the early death of the film's protagonist doesn't quite cut the mustard, Cranston himself slammed the choice to be killed in interviews after the event. He said, "That character dying at the time was a mistake. I knew it when I read it. When I read it, I said, oh, page 50, this character who was the emotional core at the centre, that was guiding the audience in the story up to that point, he dies? What a waste." What a waste indeed, Brian. What a waste indeed. 2. Life. Life was unfairly critically slammed when it came out in 2017, for being what was essentially another Alien ripoff in a sea of science fiction lookalikes. Whilst it might not do anything particularly new, it still is a tight rendition of space horror, bringing some great acting, tension, and a fantastic ending together in a way that not even the latest Alien films themselves can manage anymore. But anyway, getting to the death. In a gruesome twist of events that sees Ryan Reynolds sacrifice himself for his crew member, his character Rory is the first to feel the full force of alien Calvin, and experience firsthand its devastating strength. A twist in that it truly seems like Hugh will be the first to go, life manages to unexpectedly subvert death. How philosophical. 1. Deep Blue Sea. probably the best shark movie that will ever grace your screen. Deep Blue Sea is home to genetically engineered intelligent sharks, LL Cool J with a parrot, and one of the best surprise deaths of all time. In perhaps one of the most brilliantly timed moments in cinema, Samuel L. Jackson takes all the trophies for being eaten by a shark, after delivering the morale-boosting "we will get through this" speech. Well, they might, Sam, but you definitely won't. Losing his head less than an hour into the film with very little grace, Deep Blue Sea sets the bar for giving zero shits when it comes to its characters. Deep Blue Sea sets the bar for almost everything though, let's be honest with ourselves. Don't at me. And that's our list. What films would have benefited from their protagonists being killed off early? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I've been Ash and this has been What Culture. Make sure to subscribe to the What Culture YouTube channel for more lists like this, and don't forget to visit whatculture.com for daily news and articles. Thanks for watching.